Huawei has just unveiled the brand new Watch Fit 5 and Fit 5 Pro at its Now Is Your Spark innovation event. I was there on site for you, had the chance to check out the new products up close and was also able to test the watches over the past few weeks ahead of today's release. The Huawei Watch Fit 4 Pro was one of the most popular and, in my opinion, one of the best smartwatches of 2025. I even compared it directly to the Apple Watch, and in many ways the Watch Fit 4 Pro actually came out on top despite its lower price. So how good is the new Watch Fit 5 Pro? I've been wearing both the standard and Pro versions of the watch continuously on my wrist for about a month now and have thoroughly tested both versions. In this video I'll walk you through all the new features and explain who this watch is the right choice for. And by the way, even though Huawei provided me with these two watches for testing, I am of course completely independent in how I conduct this review and will objectively cover all the pros as well as the cons of the watches. So I would say let's just get started, have fun. Visually, there are only a few minor changes compared to the predecessor. The Huawei Watch Fit 5 Pro clearly has the look of a smartwatch, meaning it's square and colorful, unlike for example the GT6 Pro, which is designed to resemble a more classic watch. This square design is also familiar from the Apple Watch, and this resemblance is still hard to ignore. In terms of colors, the Pro version once again comes in black and white, along with a standout highlight color each year. This time it's a bright orange. The standard version is available in black, white, green, purple and silver. The orange Pro model and the silver non-Pro both come with a nylon strap, which I can definitely recommend. All other models are equipped with a silicone strap. In terms of size, not much has changed. At 44.5 x 40.8mm and just 9.5mm thick, the watch is only slightly larger and thicker than its predecessor, but overall it's still very slim and suitable even for smaller wrists. The standard version is slightly smaller at 42.9 x 38.2mm. Last year I especially praised the display of the watch, and it now has become even more impressive. While the standard version still offers a solid 1.82-inch display with up to 2500 nits, the Pro version now features a 1.92-inch display with up to 3000 nits. These are similar specs to the much more expensive Apple Watch Ultra 3, and overall the display is once again a real highlight of the watch. The larger display size compared to the predecessor is partly due to the fact that the screen is no longer completely flat, but now slightly curved. This results in smaller bezels and a larger usable display area. The Watch Fit 5 is made almost entirely of aluminum and is extremely lightweight at just 27 grams. The Pro version combines aluminum with a titanium bezel, making it only slightly heavier at 30 grams, but noticeably more premium and robust. The bezel, however, remains very slim, similar to the display borders. Additionally, the Pro version uses sapphire glass, while the standard version features conventional glass. The right Pro model also offers a so-called micro-arc oxidation ceramic surface, which is said to be even more premium and scratch resistant, specifically 130% harder. For controls you can use the very responsive touchscreen as well as the two buttons on the side of the case, with the top button also functioning as a rotating crown. As every year, there were also some new watch faces included. One particularly noteworthy one is called Fluffy. It is this cute fluffy little creature that essentially acts like a modern digital version of a Tamagotchi. You can interact with Fluffy and trigger different reactions through certain actions. As the name of the watch already suggests, the Watch Fit 5 is primarily a fitness smartwatch, meaning it comes packed with a wide range of training, fitness and health features. In general, we have the same app layout as on other Huawei watches from recent years. The familiar fitness rings showing key data such as steps, calories, activity time and so on, along with the tiles that provide more detailed insights into heart rate, stress levels, SpO2 values, heart rate variability, skin temperature and sleep analysis. Talking about this, Huawei's sleep tracking has always been strong, but it has now been further refined. In addition to sleep duration, quality and sleep stages, you can now also see the sleep stability and an analysis of breathing during sleep. Previously, this was only visible in the app, but now it's available directly on the watch as well. You can also view metrics like resting heart rate variability, SpO2 levels, and respiratory rate, and naps can now be detected too. One difference between the standard and Pro versions is the ECG feature, as only the Pro version includes an ECG sensor, allowing you to record an electrocardiogram directly from your wrist. Using the ECG, the watch can also assess the arterial stiffness. Unlike previous versions, however, the non-Pro model now also includes a skin temperature sensor for the first time, which is particularly useful for things like menstrual cycle tracking for women. Another difference between the two models is the depth sensor. So only the Fit 5 Pro is certified for diving up to 40 meters and includes a dedicated depth sensor for this. With the standard Fit 5, you are limited to swimming. Aside from the ECG and depth sensor, both models are otherwise completely identical in terms of the hardware, meaning the included sensors. So now let's take a look at the software, specifically the training features. Several functions that were previously exclusive to other Huawei product lines have now been integrated. For example, cycling features from the GT series have been added. These include advanced cycling dynamics such as power output and cadence, as well as the ability to use the app as a bike computer to display your watch data and crash detection. From the GT Runner 2, the measurement of running power in watts has also been adopted, and in addition the watch can also track more advanced metrics such as ground contact time and both aerobic and anaerobic load. There is also a triathlon mode and a trail running mode, which includes features like estimated time to waypoints, slope adjusted pace and elevation profiles. For golfers, the Pro version now has access to up to 17,000 golf courses, along with a wide range of detailed golf statistics. And as mentioned, the Fit 5 Pro is certified for diving up to 40 meters and includes dedicated diving features such as apnea training and apnea tests, including breathing guidance. Swimming, including an open water mode, is of course also available on the standard version. What's new here is that swimming workouts now contribute to the recovery score as well, which previously wasn't the case. And the training load is also calculated for swimming sessions. In general, alongside the recovery score, you still have access to a variety of long-term training analysis tools known from previous models already. These include the Running Ability Index, which compares your running performance to other runners, your training load, the Training Index, showing your overall fitness level and fatigue, and your VO2 max value, including running performance predictions. The recovery metrics, for example, aligned very well with how I personally felt, and they were also mostly consistent with the data from my Garmin watch, which I wore simultaneously. That said, it's only fair to point out that the depth of training analysis still doesn't quite match that of premium sports watches, so thinking of Garmin's training readiness or training status widgets, for example, but that's to be expected and not really the goal of this watch either. Overall, the focus has shifted more towards the everyday fitness, so where previous models placed a strong emphasis on running, this one is more about the general fitness. In practical terms, the watch aims to motivate you to move more throughout the day. To support this, there are now so-called mini workouts featuring the panda character we already know from previous watches' emotional well-being app. This panda seems to have undergone some extra training and is now also a fitness coach, encouraging you to complete these mini workouts throughout the day. Especially for people who spend a lot of time sitting at a desk, these are just simple exercises you can do in between tasks. They even include movements you can do while seated, just small ways to stay active during the day. In total, there are 30 different mini workouts available. For route tracking, the Huawei Watch Fit 5 once again supports GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, Beidou and QZSS as well as multiband, just like last year. So this means just technically the watch is very well equipped once again when it comes to GPS tracking. However, even without multiband, I already found the Watch Fit 4 and even the Fit 3 to be very accurate. So how does the Watch Fit 5 Pro perform? The answer, very well. I recorded many of my runs and cycling sessions with it and the watch was highly accurate. accurate. It doesn't cut corners and tracks my routes very reliably. Then as always I completed my classic forest test, which you probably already know if you are a regular viewer of this channel. In this test I run the same route back and forth on a narrow path in the forest, and as we can see here it was tracked very well by the watch. There is absolutely nothing to complain about here. When it comes to navigation, you can load routes onto the watch and use them for guidance. You also get offline topographic maps, and through the app you can download specific regions to the watch, and on the Watch Fit 5 Pro you will then receive turn-by-turn directions during navigation. There is also a back to start feature. However, smaller paths like trails and hiking routes are missing, which is a bit of a downside for trail running. That said, in most cases the Watch Fit 5 Pro will still guide you reliably from point A to point B. The heart rate sensor also remains unchanged compared to the Watch Fit 4 Pro. I've had good experiences with it before, and I can confirm those again after testing the Watch Fit 5 and Fit 5 Pro. To test this, I recorded my workouts as usual with the watch and a chest strap, and as we can see here for one of my running sessions, the watch tracks the heart rate very accurately. Here you can also see the data for an interval run, which is already a bit more challenging for the watch to track, but aside from a small deviation in between, it still looked very good. I even tracked my football training sessions, something that's really quite difficult for a watch like this, but it still performed perfectly fine. There was one significant deviation from the chest strap around the middle of the session, but overall it looked good. During strength training it wasn't perfect once again, but compared to other watches and trackers it was definitely above average in terms of accuracy. Here you can see several of my strength training sessions, and overall these results are definitely usable. So now we've already talked a lot about the watch's new features. One thing that has remained the same in comparison to the predecessor, and that does also not differ between the Pro version and the standard version, is the battery life. The general idea from Huawei was to offer more features while maintaining at least the same battery life. And to be fair, battery life didn't really need further improvement either, as it was already very solid for a smartwatch for the Watch Fit 4 Pro. Under typical usage, the watch is rated to last about 7 days. This includes, for example, 30 minutes of Bluetooth calls, 30 minutes of music playback, and 180 minutes of GPS workout tracking per week. The display is assumed to be active for 30 minutes per day, which seems a bit low to me. These numbers also apply if you are not using the Always On display mode. If you do use Always On display, the battery life is expected to drop to around 4 days. Huawei also states a maximum battery life of up to 10 days, but that assumes lighter usage, such as only 90 minutes of training per week. But let's be honest, how long does the watch actually last? Personally, I don't use the Always On display and I get about 5 days of battery life. So I don't quite reach the 7-day mark, but that's also because I record a lot of workouts and I just use the watch very intensively during my testing period. I'm definitely happy with 5 days of battery life, especially considering that this is primarily a smartwatch and not a sports watch. And I think 6 to 7 days of battery life should also be possible if you use it less intensively than me. Alright, so what's the bottom line with the new Huawei Watch Fit 5 and Watch Fit 5 Pro? As always, I approached this review more from a sports and health perspective, so I focused a lot on the training features and the fitness features rather than the smart features. And once again, I'm very impressed. In recent years, Huawei has done a great job of delivering strong overall packages at affordable prices, unlike many competitors where prices can get quite extreme. The Huawei Watch Fit 5 Pro offers a lot while remaining relatively inexpensive. I really like the design, the watch looks stylish, feels premium, yet remains lightweight and comfortable to wear. The battery life is excellent for a smartwatch, the range of features is impressive, and the accuracy is convincing as well. With the Pro version you get a larger display, new training features adopted from other Huawei watch lines, a new depth sensor, new mini workouts, and the standard version now also includes a skin temperature sensor. sensor. So of course it can't compete in every aspect with more expensive dedicated sports watches, especially when it comes to in-depth training metrics, but at this price point it's hard to find such a complete package anywhere else. Even compared to the Apple Watch, which is an obvious comparison here, it may lack a few features, but the battery life on the other hand is significantly better. That's why I can absolutely recommend this one to anyone looking for a watch for under 300 euros or for those who want a solid mix of a sports watch, fitness tracker and smartwatch. But as always, let me know about your thoughts on these two watches in the comment section down below, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, you could really support me by giving this video a quick thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss any future reviews or comparison videos or anything like this, you should definitely subscribe to this channel as well. But for now, thanks a lot for watching, I hope you have a wonderful day and see you in the next one.